Hello everyone, today I am going to present on the topic S3 misconfiguration and data theft. Contents: Introduction to AWS S3, how does S3 work, key features of S3, S3 access control, S3 misconfiguration, best practices for securing S3, and references. Amazon S3 stands for Simple Storage Service. It is a cloud service launched in 2006 as one of the first few Amazon Web Services. It is a cloud object storage service that provides scalable, reliable, and secure storage for any data. It is used for storing various types of data, including files, images, documents, source code, etc. Amazon S3 stores data as objects within the buckets. It is also capable for different types of application such as website hosting, database backups, as well as data processing pipelines as it supports integration with other key AWS services. How does S3 work? First, we have an object. An object is a file and any metadata that describes that file. Each object has a key that is unique name which identifies the object inside a bucket. All objects are stored inside a bucket. A bucket is a container for those objects. Each bucket can have multiple objects and each object in a bucket cannot exceed 5 terabytes in size. Access to each bucket can be individually be configured using bucket policies. S3 as a service integrates with different types of AWS services depending upon different types of applications. Key features of S3. Scalability. Amazon S3 scales storage capacity based on the data growth and seamlessly handles high volumes of data and requests. Availability. AWS S3 is designed for high availability, ensuring that the data is accessible when we need it. It uses multi-availability zone replication method, which minimizes the risk of downtime or data loss. Security. It provides robust security throughout, with encryption at rest and even in transit, plus fine-grained access controls using IAM policies also helps SC in providing support for compliance standards like HIPAA, PCI DSS, etc. Performance. It does offer high throughput and low latency data access. Next, we are looking into S3 access controls. Firstly, we have user policies. These are enabled using AWS Identity and Access Management Service, which allows to control access to S3 resources with fine-grained permissions by enforcing principle of least privilege across users. Secondly, we have access control list. It offers object-level access, that is allowing read or write access for specific AWS accounts. Third, we have bucket policies. These help in controlling access to buckets directly. It does this by allowing access based on some other conditions like geo-IP restrictions, cross-account access, etc. Common S3 misconfigurations. Public access enabled. Although the public level access can be blocked while configuring an S3 bucket, but accidentally enabling while configuring other rules for the service can expose sensitive data to the internet, leading to security risk. Without proper access controls, anybody can view, download, or modify these contents. Improper IAM policies. Overly broad IAM policies such as action asterisk or resource asterisk, which means all access or full access is given. This can lead to risk of data leaks, accidental deletions, or unauthorized modifications. Lack of encryption at rest or in transit. Storing or transmitting data without encryption leaves it vulnerable to interception or unauthorized access. Also, this could lead to non-compliance of security standards and put data at risk. Disabled logging or versioning. It can lead to incorrect auditing, incident response strategies, or accidental overrides. Without logging and versioning, it is very difficult to maintain data integrity and provide traceability for future security analysis. Misuse of static website hosting. Without proper configuration while using S3 for static website hosting, it may expose S3 files or buckets to the public, leading to a security flaw. Next, we will look into S3 misconfiguration that leads to data theft. In February 2022, Pegasus Airlines gave public access to their bucket with no encryption or access controls in place. This unsecured S3 bucket exposed nearly about 6.5 terabytes of sensitive data, including flight records, personal customer information, airport or airline data leak. In February 2022, lack of access restrictions, mismanagement of bucket permissions led to unauthorized data exposure. Sensitive airport operational data, including passenger and flight information, was publicly accessible via misconfigured S3 bucket. Next, iCare network. In January 2022, an improper access control combined with the absence of versioning and backups allowed for irreversible data loss. This misconfiguration led to accidental deletion of over 3.25 million medical records with no recovery option. SeniorAdvisor.com. In March 2022, an insecure cloud storage lacking proper encryption and public access restrictions resulted in data compromise. A breach exposed the personal data of more than 3 million senior citizens, including names, email addresses, and other contact information. Best practices for securing S3. We must block S3 public access to prevent accidental exposure of sensitive data. This global setting helps ensure stricter access controls at both bucket and account levels. We should prefer IAM policies for fine-grained, scalable permission management across AWS services. Avoid access control lists which are less flexible and harder to audit. Enabling bucket versioning helps in protecting against accidental deletion or overrides of objects. This ensures that we can recover previous version of data when needed. S3 server-side encryption enables to protect data at rest automatically, which ensures compliance with security and privacy standards. Monitoring with AWS CloudTrail helps and log to track access changes or any potential misuse. These logs support auditing, threat detection, and forensics investigation, regularly auditing bucket permissions. By continuously reviewing and auditing bucket policies, IAM roles, and access logs, this helps in identifying overly permissive settings and ensuring ongoing compliance. Next, we will look into the demo of an AWS S3 breaching scenario. Now we are in Kali and we'll try to launch the CloudGuard AWS S3 breach scenario. It will take some time to initialize and set up the requirements and give us an output having an AWS account ID as well as an EC2 server instance IP. As you can see, we have got the CloudGuard AWS account ID as well as target EC2 server's IP. We'll try to save this. So that we can use it later. I'll copy and try to connect with the servers using curl command. It says the server is configured to handle request from EC2 metadata service. So we'll modify the command and add host flag. As you can see, we have got the access to metadata service directory. We'll go ahead with the latest one. We have got dynamic metadata as well as user data. We'll go with the metadata and explore what all directories it has. In order to get the security credentials, we'll look into IAM. And we have got a security credentials directory. We'll go into that as well. As you can see, now we have got the EC2 role associated with the instance. Now we will go into this and see the credentials. We'll copy this. As you can see, we have got the access key ID, secret access key token, as well as session token. I'll copy these and save it. Now what we have to do is we have to configure our AWS profile. So we will use this as the access ID as well as the secret access key. We'll keep the region as default only, as output same default. Then we will try to enter the session token inside the AWS credential folder. We have made the profile cloud key, and then we'll enter the session token in here. We'll save this file and exit. Now we will look for the S3 buckets. As you can see, we have got the name for the data bucket. We'll try to explore what it holds. Now you can see that we have got the access to the data inside the S3 bucket, and you can see the cardholder data CSV file, data secondary CSV file, cardholder corporate CSV file, as well as an image. Now we will move to the presentation. That is up for the demo. Now we will move to the next slide, references for this presentation. And thank you.